WCBI News at 10 starts now.
Good evening and thank you for joining us after those final four matchups. I'm Riley Livingston. To start things off, we're going to turn things over to meteorologist Jacob Dickey. Some strong storms are moving through the area and he has a first look at our forecast. Jacob.
Hey Riley, we have been watching these showers and storms push on through the area all day long. Some of them have been strong to severe, had some damage earlier. Right now, as we look at our live Doppler radar, I'm a little interested in this line of storms here in parts of Webster County from north of Eupora near Walthall down to the southern part of Calhoun County, then back in towards the western part of Choctaw County, starting to slide on in, a batch moving out of southeastern Montgomery County, and then even further some more storms along I-55 from near Vaden down towards Durant. The good news is the overall trend in these storms has been more of a downward trend, which is good, but still lots of lightning, rain, thunder, perhaps some gusty winds and some small hail with them. As we look across the region here, these storms are moving on in. Still some heavier rain up to the north with storms that are coming this way. We'll see some more of these showers and storms carry on through, and the chances there that we may see some damaging storms still, with the damaging wind potential being the greatest threat. But overall, I think we're going to get through things okay. Coming up later on WCBI News at 10 here, we'll be talking about the threat for storms overnight tonight as well as tomorrow. I'll also show you Futurecast, and we'll have that 7-day forecast. Riley?
Thanks, Jacob. An escaped inmate from Tishomingo is back behind bars. The Tishomingo County Sheriff's Department took to social media to give the all clear. Stephen Edward Hancock escaped Friday morning from the road crew on County Road 958. Investigators say corrections officers saw Hancock running into the nearby woods. He was being held for Boonville police on a misdemeanor domestic violence charge. The 155th Armored Brigade is finally home. The final group returned to Mississippi today after serving in Kuwait in support of Operation Spartan Shield. Approximately 275 Guardsmen arrived in Mississippi from Fort Bliss, Texas. Around 3,250 soldiers were deployed overseas for the mission and stayed for about a year. Families of the troops were waiting for them as they got off the plane. Tears were shed and hugs were given. The troops say they are ready to go home and enjoy time with their families and relax.
Absolutely amazing to be home. Still a bit unreal, hasn't settled in. The year wasn't as bad because I had a great support system, as you can see behind me, and so it went by a lot quicker than most people think.
Lieutenant Caleb Digby says he is thankful for the support they received while overseas. And again, they are finally home after months of serving overseas. Many of the soldiers in Mississippi's 155th National Guard have made their return. Yesterday, we took a look at what happens after a serviceman or woman comes home from deployment. Tonight, we take a look at what some of the families go through, what it takes to readjust and help their families and loved ones rejoin civilian life. Here's the story.
The 155th is officially home. Servicemen and women are reuniting with loved ones and stepping back into regular life. But after that initial homecoming, reality often starts to set in.
When he came home, it was of course joyful and exciting, but then as soon as he got here, it was, you know, game on. Just earlier he was asking me where the kids' clothes are. He's like, I'm like, go get them dressed. And he's like, well, I don't know where their clothes are. So I mean, just things like that, and just getting back into a rhythm.
It's a big adjustment for me because I'm used to doing everything around the house. It was hard for me just to realize, hey, I actually have a partner now, and so he would help a lot.
The stress of returning to civilian life can take a toll not just for the troops, but for their families. Sometimes it takes therapy and connecting with others to make it through the hard times.
We actually had a ladies group at Starkville First Baptist that was amazing, and so we got to connect a lot, and things that we were feeling, it got to where we were like, we don't know if they're feeling the same thing, but then when we got to talking to the other ladies, it was like all of our feelings were the same. So that really helped a lot because we felt like we had somebody to be like, hey, you know, and you know, just to connect to us on the same level.
Kids are also impacted when a parent is overseas. When mom or dad comes home, the children have to adjust to a new normal.
The first deployment, our kids were younger, like I said, and so they didn't handle it as well. You know, they didn't really understand. And this time, our kids play every sport, something different every different season or whatever, so they did really well this time, but it was mostly because they stayed super busy.
That trust is gone, that rapport is gone because they're so young that they don't remember their dad here. My kids are asking, when do you have to go home? Because their memories are of what I tell them because they're so young. So now that he's home, they're kind of trying to rebuild that relationship of, you know, who their dad is now. rather than what I've told them about their dad. So it's hard on him, it's hard on them, it's hard to watch.
Erin Raftery offers this advice for those returning from their first deployment. Take it slow and be patient. She says, remember your commitment and rely on each other. Prom season isn't over yet. The 8th annual Joy Prom takes place at Mount Vernon. This event is focused on the special needs community. Over 130 prom goers showed up and showed out in their best attire. High schoolers, community members, and church members escorted attendees down the red carpet. Joy Prom is a community event, and people donated their time and helped decorate. Over at MSU, the Department of Kinesiology and the university's Access program teamed up to host a Starkville football jamboree. The competitors included students with disabilities who have been participating in a physical activity course. Graduate and undergraduate majors were the coaches and partnered with the students at the Joe Frank Sanderson Center. All ages and skill levels were welcome, and there was a winner in each division. This event was held to promote teamwork, inclusion, and empowerment for those at MSU.
It's more like a festival that invites the community, and we have inclusive soccer events, which involves the access students, the special needs students, and all the typical students.
This is the second year both departments have teamed up to host the event. It's a car lover's dream. Saltillo's annual Downtown Get Down brings together car enthusiasts and the community. Food trucks, pony rides, and of course, cars. And our very own Chad Groening was there getting in on the action.
Downtown Saltillo was alive with activity as warm temperatures and no rain brought folks to the 4th annual Downtown Get Down Car Show. There were plenty of vintage cars, like this 1940s Chevrolet, whose current owner wasn't even alive when it was made. And it was a great place to socialize. These two dogs clearly were excited to run into each other. The event was put on by Saltillo Main Street.
It has been one of our most successful events that we've had since we've been a Main Street community. A car show, because Saltillo has kind of an old feel, I guess, maybe. And this was something that we knew there were several people in the community that had cars and take pride in their cars. So 4 years ago it was a suggestion and we went with it, and so it's proved to be successful.
And Mayor Rex Smith says there are several reasons why it is great to live in Saltillo.
One of our phrases that we use, or mantra, is that getting away from it all is not quite so far after all. When you get into Saltillo, the hustle and bustle of every day can slow down. Now I know families are busy, but they've got great places, great parks to take their kids to, for their kids to be in an organized sports. We have a great park and rec. There's so many things that are good about living in Saltillo.
Scotty Thompson is president of the Saltillo Main Street Association and owner of House of Bounce.
It just brings people out here that would normally wouldn't come down to Saltillo to show them what all we have available here. It's a quiet community. We have outstanding dining and shopping opportunities. We have stuff that no other places have. Places like House of Bounce.
Like all communities in Northeast Mississippi, leaders in Saltillo believe it is important to have events like this to bring folks together and to stimulate the local economy.
There are doors open downtown to all of our retail stores. There are a couple of buildings for sale, so this is a great way too to let people that might be looking for a piece of real estate in Saltillo to see what we have to offer.
When people come down here, they see these shops, and even if they don't shop them today, they remember them, they tell their friends about them, and they make a trip to come down.
There's a lot of walk-through traffic today. There'll be people that remember all the great shops we've got in downtown Saltillo now. They'll be driving out by the highway. They'll see the shops and the businesses we have out there. And so the next time, instead of going somewhere else, they'll come here and check us out and spend some money here in Saltillo. Buy local.
Chad Groening, WCBI News, Saltillo.
And the Saltillo community came together when the February flooding brought extensive damage to the area. Enjoying new food and learning about other cultures. More on that after the break. Welcome back. As spring rolls in, more festivals are starting to happen. Starkville World Neighbors Association and MSU's Holmes Cultural Diversity Center host the International Fiesta. Our Stephanie Poole learned more about what this means to the community.
Walking into the International Fiesta, you are greeted by the unity of countries and the flavorful smells that come with them. Food is the main reason students, vendors, and community members come to this event each spring. It's an opportunity for community to learn about other cultures.
You know, food, language, dress, all of that just is fascinating and makes it a great place for us to have our residents participate in, be a part of the community.
Diversity and inclusion plays a major role. Over 100 countries are represented, along with information from their culture and items for display.
Aside for food, we have some brochures, some pictures, some little items that we brought from Turkey, just to show people that what is our culture, and we have like a little booth here that we are trying to show our hospitality.
The Fiesta brings students and alumni back year after year.
I come back for the International Fiesta because it's exciting to be here. As an alumni, I still come back to get to meet people and exhibit my culture.
Each year, the crowd grows larger with those interested in trying new food and learn more about the world. Reporting from MSU, Stephanie Poole, WCBI News.
This year marks the 29th year of the International Fiesta at MSU.
Well, we got lots of those festivals and outdoor activities in earlier today. The rain and storms then came in this evening, still dealing with several batches of showers and storms across the southeast. Coming up after the break, we'll talk about these storms, how long they last, and what the next couple of days looks like. I'll also get you that 7-day forecast. Stay with us.
Your WCBI First Alert AccuWeather forecast with meteorologist Jacob Dickey.
Well, we're seeing those rain and storms continuing to push through the area. The second round coming on in. In the meantime, though, temperatures have fallen into the mid-60s out there, down to 63 at the airport and in Winona, Oxford at 66, 64 in Columbus. Shouldn't go very much further from that throughout the night. Here's where the most recent batch of storms is coming on through. There's some stronger storms in there, but nothing severe right now. Of course, we had those severe warnings earlier in the day and even earlier this evening. The leading edge of this stronger batch of showers and storms, which has a lot of rain, lightning, and thunder, perhaps some gusty winds now, coming into western Clay County near Phoebe, and then to the south and west there towards Eupora and Ackerman, where Biwa is. Another round of storms coming there. Then down towards southeastern Montgomery County, northern Attala County, north and west of McCool. That line's going to continue to push off to the east, so I think Starkville, Louisville, and Columbus likely will see some rain and storms in the next hour. We did have some damage from the earlier storms this evening. There's a line of damage from Kosciuszko all the way through Choctaw, Oktibbeha, Clay counties into Lamar counties. Some sporadic tree and power line damage out there. This is a photo that came in from Ware down in Choctaw County here. A lot of trees down in town there from the gusty winds that came through. One of several damage reports that we got here at WCBI. As we've got this first batch of storms coming in here, moving out into Alabama, the second one now moving through our area. Still more storms off to the south and to the west there. We'll have to watch over the next couple of days. Tonight, we'll keep the chance for those strong storms on the board. I think by about 2 a.m. then we'll dry things off and keep it mostly cloudy overnight tonight. Temperatures into the low to mid 60s. On the day Sunday then, climbing into the upper 70s and lower 80s out there. I really think that the daytime is looking drier, but by the afternoon and the evening, the chance for storms really increases. By Sunday night, I think we'll be talking more widespread rain and storms. Ahead of that, though, back into the upper 70s and lower 80s. 80 in Columbus, Starkville, West Point, 78 in Amory for our afternoon highs. We'll see those batches of storms continue to come in several complexes. This first one moving out by 1 or 2 a.m. into central Alabama. Then we'll have to watch off to our south and our west. Overall looking dry here Sunday morning into the afternoon hours, perhaps a few spot showers. I think it's that band of showers and storms that you see off to the south and west of us. That will move in Sunday afternoon and evening. I think by Sunday night, again, more widespread showers and storms. Continuing to push those on through. Even Monday morning, still rain and storms on the board in the area. Several of these rounds of storms continuing to come through all the way through Monday night before I think things start to trend drier. In the meantime, with these clusters of storms all the way through Monday, the chance for severe weather is there. Damaging wind gusts in excess of 60 miles an hour and some hail will be the main threats. The tornado threat looks lower. A spin-up tornado is possible, but this is not a system that really gets us that threat for severe weather. Notice on Sunday, the slight risk is off to our west, so we'll have to watch for some severe storms then, as well as on Monday. It may be until Tuesday morning where we have to get those rain and storms out of here. That frontal system finally clearing on through. Tuesday afternoon and Wednesday looking dry. I've got the chance for showers and storms back on the board Thursday through the weekend.
Football season might still be months away, but spring football is here to give a sneak preview of what's to come in August. Highlights from the Grove Bowl in Oxford are next in sports.
Nice Sports with Courtney Robb.
Well, we still have an entire summer to get through until football returns. Thankfully, we've got some spring football to tide us over for a little while the gridiron fix that everyone desperately needs. Let's head over to Oxford, the 2019 Grove Bowl at the Vaught. Metcalf and A.J. Brown both in attendance there. The first quarter defense leading 27-3. Matt Corral drops back, finds Tylen Knight deep over the middle for the big gain. The offense driving. The offense now in the red zone. Corral off the play action throws, and the ball is tipped and ultimately picked off by Ryder Anderson. A big stop for the defense, rather. And then still in the first, redshirted freshman Ford Warness dropping back, hits Tylen Knight again for the first down. Knight would have 91 yards receiving and a touchdown for the day. Now the second quarter, defense leading. Corral looking and hits Dontario Drummond over the middle for a first down. That sets up Corral rolling out right, looking, hits Braylon Sanders in the end zone for the diving grab. The offense now trailing 13-27, and then late in the second quarter, Jacob Sendoya uncorks one way downfield, but it's going to end up getting picked off by C.J. Miller. The defense looking much improved so far today than what we saw last season. The offense trailing. Hunter Holt takes the carry for a 1-yard TD. And now a 2-point conversion try. Grant Westmeyer rolling out, but that's picked off by Cam White, who takes it all the way to the opposite end zone to seal the deal. The defense is victorious in this year's Grove Bowl. The final score, defense getting the win 29-25. Head coach Matt Luke pleased with what he saw on the field today.
Just the overall command, you can really tell the difference between him and the other quarterbacks. Just even today, just little things, being there a year and having the 4 games under his belt from last year. You can just see his poise. I remember this time last year, him being so disappointed after the spring game last year, and there's just such a big difference to this year, just with his poise and his command.
I feel really good about Matt and his buy-in, his skill set, and what he can do. We just got to continue to develop everybody on this side of the ball.
This offense, it's me saying the whole thing. O-line doesn't even know what's going on until I tell them to play from the sidelines. And so just being able to mesh all those things together to make it a smooth transition into one single play. And once we get on that same page, I feel like there's no stopping us. I think that's the little hump we're at right now.
They have improved. I think they at first they were like a fish out of water, and now they can swim in the water, but not very long. So we've got to just keep them moving. But I've felt good about I've seen steady improvement every day, and I definitely think they can do it.
Last year, and now we're implementing it, and it's kind of just fitting in the right. It's like all coming together, and everybody's just learning what to do. But as far as our fits and what our responsibilities are, I feel like we have the right team for that.
Let's keep it in Oxford for a doubleheader. Ole Miss coming off a big win last night to take the series over Florida. The first inning, Tyler Dyson on the mound. Greg Kessinger takes his pitch to left field for a base hit to get the Rebs started. 2 outs, runners at second and third. Dyson throws a wild pitch that's going to bring Kessinger home. The Rebels take an early 1-0 lead. Top of the third, Doug Nykazy pitching. Gators attempt the hit and run, but Cooper Johnson catches the strike and guns down a Gator at third base for an out. Bottom of the third, Anthony Servideo gets the inning started off with a single, and then 1 out. Servideo attempts to steal second from there. The catcher drops the ball, so Servideo keeps the wheels on rolling, and he'll take himself to third base. The nice slide in there. 2 pitches later, Greg Kessinger again loving left field. He gets a single, and Servideo would be able to score a run. Ole Miss takes a 3-0 lead into the 4th inning, and the Rebels go on to get yet another big win, 16-4. Ole Miss would also go to get the Game 2 win of the afternoon in the series sweep over Florida. Mississippi State dropping Game 2 of its series to Tennessee in Knoxville earlier today. The series deciding game will be tomorrow on Sunday at 1 p.m. Well, more highlights coming from the baseball diamond. We've got highlights from Hamilton coming up next in sports. Stick with us. Baseball season is in full swing, and with only about a month left in the regular season for high school, Hamilton, one team dominating the diamond this season, heading into an afternoon with a 7-game win streak and looking to start things off with a second win of the season over Sulligent. Let's head to Hamilton. The Lions hosting the Blue Devils for a sunny Saturday afternoon. Lions already leading 9-0. Cade Smith knocks one to center. He's going to make it to first plate safe. Same inning, Colin Holman following suit, getting to first base. Now 2 runners on. Brady Davis shoots a bomb right out over the left center wall. The ball's going to be out of there, and a 3-run home run for Davis puts Hamilton up 12-0 over the Blue Devils. Quinn Pounder's up to bat for the Lions. That'll go right through the hands of a Blue Devil, and Grayson Cochran puts on the Jets. Races on home to take a 13-0 lead over Sulligent. Holman back at the plate, knocks one out, but he gets out at first, and the Blue Devils would put an end to the inning there. Sulligent trying to make a last chance effort. Garrett Lovelady at the plate pops one out, and Carson Puckett comes in for the Blue Devils' first run of the day, and then Timber Henley sends one out. Can't get there in time. Sean Benjamin comes in for the team's second run. That'd be all she wrote. The game ends in 5 innings with Hamilton coming out on top 13-2, the final in game 1. That next game out on the field, Bulgent and Sulligent getting some ball game action in. Top of the first, Andy Trollinger starting this off, hits one right through center, and Peyton Wood will come in for the first run of the afternoon for Baldwin. Lawson Gamble this time, he pops one up, and then Bailey Raines will put the Jets on and slide into home to take a 2-0 lead. Bottom of the first, Dees Price able to get something going, but Baldwin will get the out to stop him in his tracks and end the inning. Top of the second, Trollinger back up in the batting order. This time, an error allows the Bearcats to get a runner home. Jordan Eldridge capitalizes on that. Now Baldwin with a 3-0 lead. Trollinger gets another ball going. Peyton Wood will come in for another run on the board. And still in the second inning, Bailey Raines adding some more cushion. He brings in Hunter Franks for another run over Sulligent. Baldwin would continue to ball and dominate in this one. Bearcats get the shutout over the Blue Devils, 10-0. That's it for sports. Your last of your forecast is coming up next. Stick with us.
Quick last check at radar. Of course, you can see our interactive Doppler radar on WCBI.com. We've also got the forecast updated for the next 24 hours. And so, 7-day forecast. We'll keep some storms on the board through Monday night. And then I think we dry things out in our area.
That'll be nice to see some dry weather. So. Hope everyone has a great night.